Hey, welcome to BSP TV, and today really excited to continue on with our Reboot program and another panel interview. We're going to talk today about understanding your clients, their motivations and why they buy, so that you can position yourself better and make more sales, obviously. So from the top, Emily Page, how are you today?
Good, Kevin. How are you?
I'm really, really well. So you work with Echo, or you have Echo Marketing as a business. Yeah. Now, really quickly, in 30 seconds, what are you going to talk about again next week?
Does your marketing match your customer? So all too often we see our clients trying to do these marketing campaigns and they're not actually speaking directly to the buyers that they want. So it's really important when you're nailing your messaging.
Absolutely. Absolutely critical. Elle from Elle.
Hi, everyone.
From Easy As Marketing. So what's your topic next week?
Yeah, so I'm going to be sharing some insider tips on really nailing who your target market is and how you help them so therefore you can increase your sales through that.
Fantastic. And Martin Plankton-Camp. I'm learning how to say it. I'm getting better. It took me about a minute and a half to get
a couple more years. You got it nailed.
Of the 7 syllables of your name, it used to take me a while. So great Dutch name. So from Create Growth, what are you going to talk about next week?
We're going to talk about understanding your roadmap to profit. So over the years, we've developed a Evo blueprint, and this is literally a blueprint that we're going to show. You can go through all the steps, and then we're going to create a bit of a roadmap to actual implementation and automation to align your marketing and sales. And when either you have a startup with a new idea or you are a well-established company, you've probably hit a certain ceiling of growth, we're going to give you a roadmap to create a clear path to break through.
Fantastic. Now that was an Evo blueprint, not an evil blueprint. So
no,
Evo,
ever evolving blueprint. It's an ever evolving blueprint because your company and you always evolves. It doesn't stop still or stand still. You have your strategy in place, but that changes radically over time. So you got to change with it.
Absolutely. And
definitely.
In the week before, we've talked. I was talking with Peter Ellis about the 7 different stages of growth between starting out and becoming a medium business, and the different challenges there, and people understanding that, then overlaying that into your blueprint, I'm sure will do really, really well. Emily.
Yes.
So with understanding your market, or understanding your customers, and is your marketing matching customers, where do you start?
So honestly, you just really need to social listen with your customers. Look at your email opens, look at what you're sending, look at the taglines that work and the imagery that works. Really dig into that data that you already have and try to figure out why it's working. And then you can always segment from there.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So start with what reaction are you already getting, because that'll help you understand where your biggest impact is.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Great tip. Because so often we get stuck in doing and we forget to go back and analyze, hey, was that working really well or not? So really good point. Elle, for you, you're going to help people understand their clients better and who they're talking to, and then how to talk to them. So from that point of view, is the process of marketing the same? Is it really a one size fits all, no matter what industry or size or age your business is?
Definitely not. However, we all follow the same process. So ultimately, if we look at the varieties of categories of characteristics, but then within those categories, those characteristics are going to be different. And even within a single business, you may have multiple products or multiple services. So you're going to have a different target demographic or target audience for each of those packages or each of those products or services. So while the process we go through is fairly similar, depending, and look, Easy As Marketing, we have dealt with thousands of companies and businesses across such a wide range of industries. So we've tested this in the marketplace. So the process is very similar that we go through, but the results that we get have to be specific for not just your business, but narrowed down to your individual product, service, or package.
Fantastic. So, and that's the importance of not wasting money in your marketing. You see, these days with social media, it's awesome. Once upon a time, we could only put an ad in a newspaper or something like that, and we'd spend a fortune because we had to go through 2,000 people to get the 2 people that we're really trying to find.
I often relate it to grabbing a handful of pebbles and throwing it out there, and only a couple of those are going to actually get to where you want them to be. Whereas these days, with our really targeted marketing that we can get into, and by knowing who your market is and how you're going to help them, we can really nail that. We don't need to throw the whole handful. We can just easily toss those 2 pebbles, get them, and in actual fact, we can then get the rest of the handful of pebbles and drop them right beside those other 2, so they're all reaching the exact right clients that we've got.
Fantastic. Sounds like when I was skimming rocks as a kid and I was really hopeless at it, so I needed about 1,000 to get through the work.
You should have had me as your coach.
Absolutely. So, Martin, so you talk about the alignment of sales, of marketing and sales to ensure that there is a smoother path to transition and greater conversion.
Yeah, pretty much. Look at it like this. When you drive a car, do you go straight into 5th gear, or do you go from 1st to 2nd, 3rd, and so on to slowly build up speed?
So here's a hint for those that drive automatics. The car does this for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of like
And
Martin's
it's
car
in
does
business.
that for you. Absolutely. You can. It's as useless trying to start in 5th as it is trying to go at a high cruising speed in 1st. Neither work.
That's right. And the thing is that it's very similar to business. You need to start with a proper plan, and like building a house, the foundation. Once the concrete slab is there, then you can build the walls, and then you can build the rest, and the roof on the house, and then you can go in, put all the furniture in, etc., and then you can actually move in and live there. And that's exactly the same with business and your personal life. So what I've found is that most entrepreneurs have very much struggled over the years, either when they started up, sometimes, or especially when they started up, to not have a great work-life balance. And I found that out myself the hard way when I started my own agency. I missed out on the first years of my newborn. And once the agency grew to a fairly good success, the only thing I wanted to do was get out of the rat race. So I did eventually. We got an offer, sold, and we moved up to Brisbane. Best thing we've ever done. And now I get to really realize that I'm not the only person out there who had this experience or is going through this. So my number one thing that I want to get out of giving back to the community, paying it forward, such as what we're going to do next week, is to make sure that we create a simple yet effective path to conversion, path to growth within your business, but make sure that you also have a life next to it. And that is what, from my experience, I personally really struggled with that, and I had to go through the motions. I learned so much. I failed so many times. That's the best thing you can ever do. Just fail. You fail, you learn, you fail, you learn, you get better and better. And that's the best way I could think of. So this will actually help them create a bit of a blueprint, literally step by step, But what I ultimately want to get to is to create automation to remove yourself as much as possible from the equation. You need to be able to remove yourself from your business at some point, not completely, but at a free time up for you to actually have a personal life and for your company and your team to do their job properly. And this is especially for startups and for entrepreneurs, not the easiest thing to do, but there is a route to success. So we're going to map that out next week. Not all of it, obviously, but we'll take a few steps and hopefully people will get something out of it. And if I can make an entrepreneur happier, it'll make my year.
Excellent.
That's great. Now, Martin, remember we did talk about 30 seconds at a time, but that's okay. Thank you.
Sorry, I wanted to fill up that last little bit.
Now, look, I'm really excited about next week because we've got, it starts on Tuesday. We've got Elle talking about how to identify who your ideal customer is and helping you understand their motivations for buying. Then we've got Emily on Wednesday, and we've got Martin on Wednesday talking about a blueprint. And then on Thursday, we've got Emily talking about matching, making sure that your marketing is matching your customer and that so that you can hit the mark. We do on Friday have John Gardner coming on, and he's going to talk about the 3 secrets to business success. And we talked about that in the video earlier in the week. I think it was Monday, which seems such a long time ago today, I've got to say. And really, really great content, really cool stuff. So we've had a fantastic 2 weeks so far with some really, really cool content. We are going to be releasing a few of those absolutely free of charge. More will come out about that today. But so many of them really do feed really well into these programs as well. And these are going to feed into what people are doing for the rest of the Reboot campaign as well. So thank you all very much.
Do you know what, Kevin? Kevin, I've been really privileged. I have managed to see some of the other presenters live as well. And it's really awesome being on live because you get to ask your questions there and then and get answered directly. So I really do encourage people to jump on the live if they possibly can, not to wait for the replays. And I know a lot of the presenters, and myself included, have giveaways, especially for the people who are joining them live. So people joining me live have the opportunity to win a holiday package worth $2,500. So I really encourage people to jump on Tuesday at 10 o'clock.
Awesome. And Emily, you have a free giveaway too, didn't you?
Yes, I'm actually giving away the worksheet I use with all my clients. It's a formula I've created based on our issues that we've had in the business. And it just makes it really simple to figure out how to nail that messaging.
Cool. And I know Martin's got a special up his sleeve.
But I'm not going to tell you. You're going to find out next week.
You've got to come on. Now,
it'll be something very interesting and cool for people to.
I know that is something very, very cool, and it's worth quite a bit of money too. So I look forward to catching up with all you guys next week and introducing your shows and hanging around for most of them as much as I can. Strange enough, I've got a little bit of work to do as well in between all of this. So it really has been a pleasure bringing this group together, and there are such talented people within our community, and that's why we're looking to showcase them throughout the whole Reboot campaign. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks very much for being part of it.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, everyone. See you soon. See you next